Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program 2. Today we're starting out at the Kerbal Space Center. Beautiful morning here on Kerbin. Also, I just realized when I opened the game today, this is almost an exact copy of one of the buildings actually at Space Canaveral. I should put up a picture if I remember to. Today we're going to be starting out in the R&D Center. Spend some of the science we got. I want to get to docking. And then orbital rockets. And I'm going with enhanced electronics for this longer range antenna, because today I think our mission is to escape Kerbin's gravitational sphere of influence. But this can be accomplished after I accomplish other things. I'll go ahead and track it. I also want to do the perfect orbit, which is between 99 and 101. And the lonely satellite. I need a probe core, antenna, and solar panel in orbit. So these two will be accomplished. Nope, not that one. This one and this one will be accomplished at the same time, and then if we have leftover fuel, we'll try to escape Kerbin's gravitational sphere of influence. Even if I do run out of fuel early, I could probably do gravity assist off of one of the moons, but that's scary. So, let's get to building it. I'm actually thinking about doing something similar to the Steam poster for Kerbal Space Program, where it's one tower with like 6 maybe solid fuel stages around the outside. So we'll start with our probe and add our stuff to it. That's huge. Maybe I'll do a bigger probe. Does that fit better? Yeah, that fits perfect. Just like that. It's a little crooked. So we have our antenna, we need our power. Because this is a deep space probe, I'll be putting a lot of battery weight on it. Let's see, I think this is the way we launch. And some new solar arrays to try out that we just unlocked. Whoa. Oh, it's a weird number. I will only do 2 batteries then. I'll do them this way. And then our solar panels right along this line. I mean, that's a pretty good probe. Get solar panels, power, communication. It won't be coming back down to Earth, so I should go with smaller solar panels so I can encase this in a payload. I like these ones better, honestly. And we'll put a ton on there so it looks cooler. We're going for coolness, not for how efficient it is to get to orbit. What it actually needs. So, I guess that's our probe. We'll add our new 2-directional stack separator. Oh. As indicated by these 2 arrows. And then we'll start on our... Ooh, or should I do the new vacuum engines? Because we could do a really weird small payload fairing at the top. Like that. Question mark? I think I made this texture too big. I'll fix it later. And then we can do smallest, medium, and these poodle engines. Well, fins like this is something that I think China mostly uses in their rockets. I just like the way it looks. And at our big solid fuel boosters, or should I do a little smaller? Ditch the weight earlier in our flight. Might have to do just 4 boosters, but I think a rocket this big is gonna need help getting into orbit. Really, this is a lot of extra fuel. I don't need nothing this big. I just want to make sure I get out of the sphere of influence. Oh, something's gone very wrong. There you go. All these engines in one group. Then our radial separation. Doop, boop. That separates, that fires. I should put this fairing lower. And then that's our final probe. So, this is our ugly rocket. I do feel like I should make this shorter. But we'll launch it and see how it goes. Oh, I need stabilizers. So I'm gonna tuck the stabilizers before the separator and our fairing, and then we'll fix the fairing. There we go. Now we've tucked our little stabilizer in there. This is the wonkiest looking rocket, but I think it'll make it to orbit. Plenty of fuel, especially in this last poodle engine. This can separate before this, because this is when we're already in orbit. It just looks weird, and you need the electricity to keep your SAS rolls, to keep your SAS wheels in control. It's called SAS, but this is calling it a stabilizer, or a reaction wheel. So, let's launch. Something this big, it's probably going to take me a couple launches to figure it out completely. I do think it's going to wobble because it's so heavy and tall. But, let's try it. Turn on the main engine just so we reserve some fuel. We'll keep it up for the launch, and then turn it down. So something this heavy, taking off this slow, I'll wait till like 100 meters per second, and then I'll start moving around. But I'm still concerned this is so heavy that it's gonna flop. Seems okay so far. We are getting twisted a little bit. Drop those. Over. Now we'll start angling a little bit more, even though our program hasn't caught up with that. And then we'll just watch this number until it reaches probably 92 or so, and then we'll cut engines and start circularizing. This number is decreasing, so we want to angle up just a little bit more, get some more height. Seems to be sitting still. Nope, it's going up. We're good. We are real wobbly though. Still very, very slowly gaining on our Apple axis. I think this stage might just get us to 90. Now that we're getting almost out of atmosphere, nope, not even close. We can angle a little bit more prograde. Stay just right above it. We're gaining a tiny, tiny bit instead of just falling. I mean, we're getting there. I think we might just get there based on our delta V. We're cutting it close. But the poodle will do a lot of heavy lifting once we're in orbit. This is just to get us there. Getting it close to the 90, start slowing it down. Cut engines. My only complaint about Kerbal Space Program 2 is that you can't pause to create a maneuver, so your craft is approaching while you're making your maneuver. Let's see, 97, 43. 189, 91, 101. Then I'll start messing with the radial. It just moves your circle. This is making it bigger, and this is adjusting where it's at. If I pull it hard, you'll see the line straight up just moves left and right. I'll go ahead and do this burn and then do another tiny burn over here to get us up to the correct height. So let's point towards our maneuver node. It's just slightly below our prograde to get us more vertical speed in orbit rather than just going how my line is. And wait for our burn. We'll have plenty of fuel left. We might even be able to use this stage to help us get out a little bit, make our orbit a little bit bigger. Three, two, one. Aloha Edra. And then this is our circularization burn. We'll see this number changing a lot faster than this one. And then cut engines. Do little tiny bursts just to bring those numbers up. Okay. And we're almost there. We'll wait to get to our apoapsis to adjust our periapsis, but this is almost perfect orbit. So we'll go ahead, just warp to this point. We'll cut that warp a little short and repoint ourselves prograde. And now we'll warp just a little bit, get us closer. Now you want to be as close as possible because burning prograde will increase your apoapsis, and I need to keep it below 101. Cut warp. Boost just a little bit. There you go. 101 by 100. I technically completed the mission, but I think I am over the requirement. We have plenty of fuel left, especially in our second stage. So our next mission is... Oh, I didn't track the probe. Go ahead, extend our panels. Extend our other set of panels. We went ahead and warped to the light side of Kerbin. Get some electricity so that we don't run out later when we're trying to use our SAS to get aligned in a specific direction. And I love this probe. I think this looks awesome. Almost. I think Voyager is the one that had 4 panels. It might be the Hubble telescope. Let's extend our antenna. I should have put this somewhere else. That don't look right. But we achieved our orbit. Let's go to plan, hopefully a gravity assist. Make sure that looks like we'll encounter... Nope, that's not what I wanted. That looks about perfect. It's a little bit below the moon's line. Is this moon? Yeah. It's just a little bit below it. Just a tiny bit. I'll still encounter the moon. And now, one of my favorite features of the maneuver node. You just left click and grab it, and then move around. And there is our gravity assist. Testing took me probably 8 full flights to figure out how to properly get my gravity assist. Even with this, I couldn't figure out how to get that high-speed turn close to the moon. So, we'll point at our maneuver. Give it a while to point at the maneuver. And then we'll warp. I also learned, I think this is your burn. This red line, I thought it meant that you wouldn't have enough thrust to weight ratio to make the burn, but I think that's how long your burn is. And then down here when it's red is when you're not making enough burn. Are we still pointed? Yep. Let's just align to the planet. Doesn't make a difference. There's no up and down in space, but it makes sense for me. And then we'll start our burn 1 second early. Watch our blue line become our yellow line. And watch this to make sure we're doing it right. Am I gonna run out of fuel? I think my required delta V was just a little bit more than this. Oh, but we completely messed up our normal anti-normal. We're going at an angle around the moon. Just a tiny bit more. And there you go. That's our gravity assist out of Kerbin's sphere of influence and into the Kerbal system. We can go ahead and warp time. I might use the last bit of delta V right at the periapsis to try to fix our angle and to go prograde a little bit. Maybe just prograde just a little bit. We've now encountered the moon. While we're approaching, I'll set up my maneuver. Man, I came at this really, really high. I don't know why I messed that up so bad. That seems about straight. We're still escaping Kerbin's sphere of influence, and we'll be coming at it at least flat instead of down. Maybe a little less. That seems about right. And then prograde just a little bit, and we'll align. Because this is just a slight adjustment, I won't be doing the actual whole maneuver. I don't have enough fuel for all that. I'll just be fixing it a little bit. This is a very inefficient burn, by the way. Just horrible. I don't know how I came on this approach to the moon. Cut the warp. Make sure we're still aligned. Do just a little bit faster. And we'll do our burn. It will run out of fuel before we do the full maneuver, but it'll fix just a little bit of what I don't like going on. I don't like leaving the moon at this angle. That doesn't sit with me. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's our stage. We already lost our payload. There you go. Now this is meant for a vacuum, so it's going to be giving me a lot more thrust compared to this one. Thrust to weight ratio. Is it thrust to weight? I am still coming at the moon at a weird angle, but it's fixed a little bit. It used to be like that. And then we'll be escaping Kerbin's sphere of influence. Our orbit won't be following, but we'll still have a close enough contact every once in a while to transmit some data. That's just storyline in my head for why this happened. Warp time and let it complete our mission. And that was our gravity assist. You approach it, you go so close that it increases your speed. The gravity just increases your speed, and then you fly out at a different speed. It'll be a lot more efficient for going to some of these other planets. Ooh, I might even be able to go to Eve with the amount of fuel I have in this second stage. If I do a retrograde burn here and bring this down. Ooh. We'll see, we'll see. I am not confident about how much fuel I have on this second stage. Also, this little orange dot is our other mission. It's the Lunar Gateway that we looked at in the last episode. We went to the moon in the last one. I want to do these other missions in this one. And that's out of Kerbin's influence. We're now orbiting the sun like a planet. Now, I'm gonna come over here. Oh, we're crooked. So this is my target. Make my maneuver node here. First of all, fix our rotation. Our axial tilt, normal, anti-normal. I don't know what to call it. have a good idea of what I'm doing in this game, but I don't know all of the sciencey technical terms. I'm not a rocket scientist. And then bring down our orbit. That seems like I'll get an encounter. This part of the line right here, I can bring it in just a tiny, tiny bit. Yeah, that's right. Lines I'm looking at are just weirdly in this section of my screen. This is the planet. This is the line it goes on. This is my planned burn. I think that's as close as they're gonna get. Now, I didn't pay attention to my approach window or my planetary transfer window. Yeah, we'll just keep it near the periapsis. We can adjust it later. I would like to actually get near Eve. I have a lot of fuel left. But it's gonna be 185 days, not years. Okay, that's not bad. Fast time warp makes me so nervous. Hey, we're close. I don't think that's a whole 3 days away. No, it is. Stop. Make sure we're aligned. Oh, we don't have any electric. Why aren't my panels aligning? Okay, now they are. I feel like they usually work during time warp, but I guess not. I might have just been pointed in the perfectly wrong direction. We've already completed all our missions. This is just extra fuel that I thought I wouldn't have. Okay. We're aligned. We have power. I need to move this separator so that this engine engages. I should still have signal, so this shouldn't freak out on me. I need to be in this view just to make sure the engine's actually fired. There you go. We're looking perfect for fuel. I might actually be able to go to Eve. I thought this would be a lot harder. Yeah, we definitely go through its sphere of influence. I just didn't launch at the right window because I didn't think we'd be getting this far. I think it's you want Kerbin here and you want Eve like 45 degrees, maybe 70. It's a little bit bigger than that, but we've completed all our missions. We established perfect orbit, we left the SOI, and we sent a probe. Even though I didn't track it, I hope we finished that. Looks like we won't be getting an encounter with Eve just yet, and I don't want to warp 10 years to make sure our orbits are lined up and our encounter is close enough. So, we'll leave this probe in space with its fuel for a later mission. Make it point. Should be... If this is away, this should be towards the sun. Nope, I had that completely backwards. There you go. Now we're getting full power. panels are aligned, or antennas up. Yeah. Hopefully one of our next missions will be, I don't know, enter another body's sphere of influence, and we'll be able to use this fuel later for other missions. So do not revert. Everything you just did will disappear. That's what happened to me in the first episode, and I only noticed in the middle of editing it. So we'll go to mission control. Mission 9901 complete. He didn't have a whole lot to say that time. Orbit Kerbin with a probe core, antenna, and solar panel. I'm glad we completed it. Nice. Thanks, science. Exit Kerbin's gravitational sphere of influence. I did that. Thank you, science. Our new mission is orbit Kerbin with a periapsis of 70 to 150 and an apoapsis of 300 to 8,000. 8,400,000? We basically just did this because we left its sphere of influence. We would not have done this because I think the moon is before 8,004,000. We'll go ahead and do this mission. I never noticed there's actual companies. Ionic, Symphonic, Protonic, Electronic. Isn't just a cool name, it's a lifestyle. Why would you explode across the cosmos when you can sing and dance in unity? We make transmitters. I wouldn't call that a lifestyle. Okay. We could basically use the same engine. We could even take off the poodle. Yeah. I'm gonna remove these and put on the 6 I wanted. I think this engine is still a tiny bit lower, but oh well. And then we'll keep our probe, actually. That's not what I wanted. Remove this, and then just throw this on this. How does this somehow look even dumber? This somehow looks so much dumber. I don't know what the vibe is. A chode? A chode with long friends? Yeah. And here's our second launch of episode 4. Whoa, you can zoom out far. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why would you need to go out this far? Oh shit, I haven't been doing my gravity turn. Oh, it wouldn't have let me anyway. I'm pressing the button right now. That's what this indicator is. I'm just not moving. Move this just a little bit. Lose our solid fuel boosters. There you go. Oh, now I'm waggling too. Oh. I also just got rid of my fins. That's awesome. Put them in. That'll be fine. Those. Yeah, these wings look about the right size. They are going off the edge just a little bit, but Launch 2 of Mark II of our Chode Super Heavy. Oh, I didn't notice this is elevated. This could probably like walk. Once we get to 100 meters per second, we'll start doing our turn. Just the teeniest bit added to the turn. I want just a little bit more, but I can see it wobbling when I'm trying. Oh, I got it to just the first line. Okay, that should be fine. Cut engines and let the solid fuel take us for a little bit. Drop the solid fuel. And angle just a little bit more. Past our prograde. And fire. I'm not spinning out this time. I'll take that as a win. I'll let this get up to... I'll just do 90 again. I'm worried about our fuel again. Atmosphere. We can point straight prograde. I do think Kerbal Space Program looks a lot prettier, but the engine's effects, they aren't giving. They're not a whole lot. We've almost reached our apoapsis. And now, oh. I'm actually not mad at that, because this is kind of what we need to do to complete our mission. I didn't track it. Oh, I did. Below 150 and above 300. For the periapsis 150, apoapsis is 300. Set this to point at our maneuver. We can go ahead and ditch our payload. I don't know why I don't put them early. I don't know why I don't put the payload earlier in the staging, but that's how it works. That's how my brain works. We'll have half our fuel left after this burn. This one again, I'm going to be starting just 1 second earlier. If anyone knows the button to set it to max and then unset it, I know X is 0, but I don't know how to set it to all the way 100 in one button click. You have to like hold down shift, I think. Four, 3, 2, 1. We could probably just burn in this angle until this gets to where we want it. But I'll do another pass, because the apoapsis, oh, it's decreasing actually. Just a long circularization burn. should take to like here of our fuel. Our apoapsis is decreasing actually. That's concerning. I should... Oh, I'm passing it, that's why. Ooh! I thought I was burning in the wrong direction. Well, I guess this is prograde still, but this would be in and this would be out. I'm just gonna keep burning. Just burn till the fuel runs out. I'm gonna escape Kerbins SOI again. That's that mission complete. And we still have plenty of fuel. I've just been making big rockets for no reason. Let's see what you're doing. This one, instead of shrinking my circle, because we're in Kerbal orbit, I might make a prograde burn here and make this one go out bigger this way. So this, in our last flight, we'll be able to quote transfer data. Clear target. So we'll go ahead and warp to our periapsis. I keep having a bug where once I set target just to look at it, it won't let me clear it. So it's now locked. I can set target, clear target, and it still won't go away. Point prograde. Point prograde. I didn't deploy my panels. I'm out of power. Why am I a mess? Deploy. Deploy. How long do I have? Oh, I have 20 minutes. No. I have 1 day. This is definitely glitched out. There's no way I have 18 minutes to my apoapsis. These two might be switched. I think they're glitching. Peri, Appa. Appa. Yeah, that's weird. We are now pointed prograde. Just do a little teeny tiny warp. Oh, am I out of control? I don't have a commnet connection. Will you fix that, please? Am I too far from Kerbin? Oh my gosh, Kerbin is all the way over there. So, in a situation like this, where you have no signal, you can say independent throttle. It's basically like sending a pulse out to the probe without the probe being able to communicate back. You say, hey, turn this on, and then it goes. I really thought this antenna would be okay. I am on the opposite side of the sun, though, so I shouldn't expect that much from it. That's out of fuel. Let's see how we did. Whoa! So we have Kerbal orbit, but now we have one on a tighter orbit and one on a bigger orbit. So, lose our stage, disconnect, and now we can go back to mission control and complete this eccentric orbit mission. Thanks, science. So, next episode, we're going to the moon. We need to plant a flag within a mare. I've seen on the internet that it's called Mawray, Mawrae, pronounced. But it's basically like the big dark spots, like what would look like an ocean. And then our other mission is find the mysterious signal. And we have plenty of science. So plant the flag, go to the mysterious signal. Is the mysterious signal in a mare? I guess I should name these. What is this? This will be a Dres. Yep, because I go close to Dres in my orbit. Dres Scout Probe. I spelled that wrong. It's very hard to see, actually. Why did they make it these colors? Did I make it those colors by accident? Dres Scout Probe. And then this will be my Eve. Yep. This one will be named Eve Scout Probe. They just get close enough to get good images of the surface, stuff like that. Let's go look at this. You are within a mare on the moon. Mare is these big dark patches, I believe. It's one of 3, I think, science regions on the moon. It's these, regular, and then poles. So if I just manage to get my landing here, I can plant a flag. Oh, but that means I have to send a Kerbin. Do I have the expertise to send a Kerbin to the moon to plant the flag? Well, I guess we'll find out in the next episode. So, thank you for watching episode 4. We completed a lot of missions, actually. I think 4. And we left Kerbin's sphere of influence twice, even though I didn't plan to. I completed my first successful gravity assist, and no Kerbals were harmed in the process. So, if you enjoyed it, consider leaving a like. If you like me, consider subscribing. And goodbye.